Alright, so now we're done with
Rector, I barely know her. Sorry.
that we are done with the worst runaround side quest in the game. We can now go to the station master and ask for our rightful berries that we should have because well, because we want them, really. That is the only reason. And there I was demonstrating
sweet wine for ourselves.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We are going to spend weeks distilling wine.
Fermenting, you know. This is what the game was actually about. Wine making the whole time. I don't know. Like, some people apparently think it's about like solving a mystery or finding an heir. No, it's about winemaking and perfecting
No, it's
the
like
art.
one of those shows on Discovery about rednecks making wine behind their barn.
Yeah, you know those redneck wine shows. Yeah, easy.
Those French rednecks.
They're a thing. There's country folk in almost every country. I say almost every because I think there's actually that one country that's just one city.
Excuse me, Station
and then
Master,
there's no country.
but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
I'll be
So
back
busy.
again.
Fine.
You have been playing with me, haven't you? You knew very well there were forest Sauvignon berries in the station garden.
No, not at all. I've never seen your Sauvignon thing.
You don't have to lie to me. I know all about it. You and the rectors are in cahoots, and the professor's lab has been turned into a distillery. You've all got a nice little smuggling racket on the side.
Smuggling racket? Hey, lady, you're going a bit far there. It's just a little on-the-side thing we got going, that's all. It's just for ourselves. Hey, you're honest.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Aren't you worried about the reputation of this fine university? The authorities should be informed of this.
But we haven't done anything wrong. It's not a crime.
Can you open the gate to the garden, please?
Sure, no problemo.
Don't say problemo. It's problemo. Everyone knows that.
But yeah,
problema,
this.
if you want.
I really, it's like even as a kid, I never understood what the problem was here, because in most Eastern European countries, well, not including Poland actually, like making your own wine, at least at the time, was perfectly legal.
I think from what they're saying that it's actually like supposed to be that alcohol is outlawed in wherever this is, because otherwise it wouldn't be very profitable to just run a small-scale winemaking operation.
Please feel free to visit the garden at your leisure. And there was just one thing. I'm not a liar. Not really. Just mum's the word. There is a reputation in the university to think about, and I have superiors, and I have to do what I can.
I understand. Don't you worry.
Thank you, miss.
I would actually like it if it turned out to be, it's like, oh yeah, we're making wine, so what? At a certain point, like, they just
whatever, I do what I want. Yeah. It would be interesting beast.
The only thing to pick up in this garden... the only thing to pick up in this garden is the berries. And so we will finally be able to get rid of those birds.
What do you mean?
I don't need that for the time being.
You're an ornithophobe. Ornithophobe?
Ornithophobia, that would be it.
Yeah, but like an individual. Is it ornithophobe or... I don't know where to put the emphasis in that word, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Ornithophobic. You are ornithophobic. That would be describing somebody, but...
in any case...
I mean, she's not afraid of birds, as it's established later
No, no,
on.
no, no. I'm saying you, Nico. You are an ornithophobe.
No, not really.
You're just scared that they're gonna eat your rats.
You know, it was the case once or twice that I couldn't pay the price. It's like I was walking along the street with my rat, with the rat on my shoulder, and a crow was following me around for like 2 kilometers.
I went to the zoo one time, the local zoo, and every single bird actually tried to leap out and attack me. I don't know what I was wearing that day, but they like leapt against their cage and like squawked at me like they were very angry and trying to eat me.
Oh, and also there is something very odd about these birds, which we can't see on this recording, but it's very apparent earlier on when they were attacking us. Those birds have transparent wings. Oh, and also if you're playing the PC version, save here.
Not necessary in the Xbox version.
No, not necessarily in the
crash.
Xbox version, but in the PC version the game always crashes. If you've been playing for a while and you enter these like around this spot, just save at every point because the game absolutely loves to crash.
I wonder which egg you were supposed to take. Oh, the one that was a different color. What a surprise.
But yeah, we sadly cannot fix the mechanical eagle.
But you know, you can do.
We're not
You
even
take
gonna
that
try.
egg and put it with the other egg that you found earlier.
Exactly. Yeah, and in the PC version, just save right here again, because the game tends to crash when you go down.
I'd be so mad if there was just and that's a completely pointless like little midsection. There's nothing that happens there. They could have just had one long ladder.
Exactly.
But so I would be so annoyed personally.
These old adventure games tended to have way too many screens, which isn't that big of a deal in the PC version, which loads faster. Well, not so much this. This one, I recall it took just about as much as the Xbox version, but playing some of the adventure games on the PlayStation 1, it really, really, really gets on your nerves.
Well, the PlayStation 1 was a terrible bit of hardware.
Miss, please, excuse me.
Oh, you have the same ringtone I do, and it messes
Yes?
with me.
You know, I want to apologize for our little misunderstanding. I brought you a bottle of wine. Markstadt Sauvignon. Very good year. Let me know what you think.
I'm very touched. Thank you.
Good luck on
Honestly,
your journey,
Kate
lady.
should break up with her
Thank you.
boyfriend, fiance, man. He was mean and rude, and she should, she's out exploring Syberia and Bergstadt, and she owes it to herself to check what's on the market.
It would have been kind of hilarious if the wine was poisoned and that's how they wanted to get rid of her for good.
You could just drink it and game over yourself.
Yes.
Why'd you call your mom? Did you just feel sudden desire?
I just wanted to show off that you cannot actually call people unless there is a reason for it.
Oh, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I like the Nancy Drew way of doing that better, where they're just like, "What the fuck you calling me about?"
Yeah, or have it be some sort of a hint system.
Yeah.
It's not a terribly effective hint system, but a hint system nonetheless.
Nice.
I accidentally...
Nice. Well done.
I was trying to go there from the other side.
I know how it works. It shifts perspective and yada yada, but I'm still gonna make fun of you.
Well, it's a good thing that this cuckoo egg was exactly the way it needed to be. You
If that's
really could have
actually
just
supposed
put
to
your
be a gold
finger in
egg.
it.
If that egg is supposed to be actually gold, you should just take that and use it to pay the ferry.
And now, interesting part about the thing that we're gonna see right now. You can see in the artwork
like a
for this
dollar.
game that this used to be a puzzle, but it is no more.
Oh. You just no. See, Nico, it was a puzzle. You're just so good at puzzles, you just solved it. Was that all just a bunch of lies, and all you had to do was hit a button?
Yeah, in the artwork for the game, which I will show off at the very end, along with some hilariously English-French voiceovers that they made for them, they actually show off Kate inserting those little thingies into the cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume that they thought that this puzzle would be way too cruel. It's like, insert several of these things, go to the directors, ask them if the song is good. The song isn't good, they don't give you any advice. I know how it would go.
I think, yeah, it's just the feedback. Like the puzzle, you need to have proper feedback in order for it to be a good puzzle.
Yeah, like find some instruction about it.
Or just have it like sound right, and then she says, like you listen to a recording elsewhere, and then like she would just know, yep, that's right, or no, that's not right.
Problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems
Little
now,
problem, little problem.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from...
Nor trade.
Gentlemen, I have managed to repair your university bandstand.
The bandstand is playing again. This is marvelous news.
We are really very grateful indeed.
Yes, very grateful indeed. We will look back on your visit with much fondness in our hearts.
And now let us in turn honor our word. How much is it you need, miss?
$100, if it's not too much to ask.
Something like
We agreed to grant you the aforementioned sum, miss. You may now leave with your train.
And while we're on the subject, when will you be leaving?
Yes, because now you should relocate your train as quickly as possible.
Could I possibly leave the train
Out
Here we are.
already?
and thank...
In some bits of dialogue, you can actually start walking for some reason.
Hmm.
Because unlike the PC version, you have direct.
Your name is. So.
Unlike the PC version, you have direct control over her walking, and I guess they didn't think to like it unblocks between certain screens. But yeah, there is. They actually specifically say we lost the instruction manuals, and your train seems like a very advanced piece of machinery, so you should know.
Okay.
There is actually a reason why they ask you.
It's flimsy, but it's a reason.
And among many other things, you also do tell them that you have a mechanical engineer.
Mm.
So you are the most likely person to be able to fix something like that.
Okay.
And you can actually still hear the bandstand from over here, which is nice.
I do like the fiddle. Um,
But now that we
so
finally have the money, we can give it to the foreigners, and they will tow our train all the way there.
There you go. Here's your money. I've checked it. It's all there.
it was in a big old sack. I've checked though.
It's 1 cent. Count them for yourself.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, thank you. Not difficult get dollar. See? You are a real businesswoman. I'm not the only one around here. We pleased to do deal with you. Now, you open lock or we no help you. Why didn't you manage to open them? After all, you don't have to be a genius.
Ma vad pensinos esto? Di kleine madam. No se sei mar alles non comprendo en allora kaput en andere bordel. Zils var moi. On boom telefonieren kaput.
My husband say instructions complicated. No understand manual. My husband angry. Very angry. Oh, now telephone broke. Kaput. Now that is annoying. What are you gonna do next? We wait repairman. Well, I don't have the time to wait. I'll have to go have a look. There must be some way of releasing the opening mechanism. Take key. Sailor always need key for lock.
So they're dim-witted is their problem. They speak 4 to 5 languages.
Okay, thanks.
They're just dim-witted.
Yes.
Idiot
And
savants.
also, they don't have a cell phone, unlike we.
Wait, you were just supposed to know, like, see that little speck? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. They couldn't just put it in your inventory. They had to put it on the ground as a tiny little interactable.
Well, they do show them throwing it, so...
Yeah, but if you were, like, looking away for a moment, or...
Yeah, true. There is voiceovers, and you could just be listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they really animate characters too much.
Or you're like, Mom could have come in to tell you to take out the trash, and you could be like, Mom!
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe your tiny, shrieking siblings could have come
Hello?
in.
Kate, how's my little baby girl? I was thinking about you only yesterday because I saw this fantastic fur coat. You are wrapping up warm, aren't you? I mean, people in foreign countries never know how to dress properly for the weather.
Mom, it's so sweet of you to worry, but I'm fine, really. The trip's a breeze, no worries. I mean, there's...
Well, when are you coming back? Frank is dying to meet you.
Frank? Oh, yeah, your singer. You two seeing each other then?
Oh, you'll never guess the surprise he gave me yesterday.
No, I suppose I won't.
Frank invited me to a big charity show organized by, someone or another. Anyway, they got him singing a couple of old numbers from his repertoire, and in the end, he asked me to go up on stage with him. Can you imagine me, your mother, on stage in front of thousands of people?
Wow, I would have loved to have been there. Not too emotional, I hope.
Oh, too emotional by far, especially as I hadn't even been to the hairdresser. Well, I didn't even have the proper dress on. But Frank promised me he'd see to that next time. Oh, he's such a cutie. And he's got the sweetest little...
A family
I'm sure he
game.
has, Mom.
It would be so good if you could join us one day. Let's see, when is his next gala? I'm so forgetful these days. I swear I'd lose my head if it weren't in the clouds. You just watch out, my girl. Them years will catch up with you much quicker than you think.
I'll look out for them, Ma. Nice to hear your voice. Lots of love.
Well, to you too, my little munchkin.
This game was marketed like 7+, so you know that joke. It's perfectly appropriate for kids. But at the same time, I don't think that most kids would understand at that age anyway.
Across all time scales and cultures, one thing is true. Moms want you to get married.